Hello everyone and welcome to Lakeside. My name's Graham, and if you haven't been here before on Lakeside, then welcome to you all. Smallish layout in comparison to what quite a few other people have got, but it's the size I like. So I'm gradually getting there. I've been concentrating primarily over this side this week again. So I've put in the third and fourth rails for the underground, a new building up there, just there, which I've lit. I've got to put some black tack, which arrived today, here, underneath the building to stop any light bleed. It just needs a very, very small slither of black tack underneath the building, and then I can sit that on the platform, and that will stop the light bleed. There's not much, but there's some signage added, a few more people on the platform, well, in the building on the platform, and a new locomotive, which is the B2 Peck from Hornby, and it is a cracker. It really is a cracker. So I'll show you that. Oh, and my first time ever to be seen on Lakeside, my 3D printed wagon, which was my first proper 3D printed project. Yeah, it came out really well. I'm very pleased with it. It's not totally finished yet. I've got to put some coal in it. I did put some coal in it, but I wasn't that happy with it, so I've taken that out. So when I show you, you will see a little bit of a mess inside, but that'll all be hidden. I've straightened up the this board apart from that edge over there, which I'll show you in a minute again. So I've got that to do, but I have installed the turntable and it all works. So I'll take you off the tripod and I'll show you around. Okay, so I'll see you in a minute. Bye for now. Bye. Hello again. Right, camera is now off the tripod, and I can now show you around. So we'll just concentrate on this side of the layout because I've done nothing on the canal side yet, but hopefully in a not too distant future then I'll be able to crack on with that. But I thought what I'd like to do is get this side of the layout finished first. Well, not finished, but you know what I mean. It's never finished, is it? Nothing really changed up there at all, apart from the fact that I've got my locos there and I've still got the refueling plant there. Main thing is I've now got the turntable installed. Now that's been off the layout for about 2 years now, I would think, something like that. I thought today I would drag it out and install it again. This is a ADM turntable, which I've weathered. It's a bit worse for wear at the moment. I've got to glue this railing back. I'm not surprised, to be honest, because at the time I literally just dumped it right over the back there in that alcove in there. And it got a little bit bashed and worn, so I've got a few repairs to do. I did have some walling paper around here. I've taken that off because I found that it's such a close fit that it was actually interfering here. So I need to just repaint that black, and I think I will leave it at that for now. And that area now is the only area which I've got to now tidy up and align. So it's aligned here and right at the back there, but it's just that section there. So I had to take away, there's a timber mount underneath there which I had to take off, so I should just put another piece of timber on underneath, and that will raise that section, and it should then be okay. Yeah, so turntable's installed, and I have got the keypad out for operating it. I switched it on, and you know, I didn't have to do any alignment at all. It just went straight in on the location pegs and it worked. Absolutely amazing. It all lined up absolutely precisely. All the tracks line up. I was really pleased with that, because I thought I'm going to spend an age trying to line all this lot up again. But no, it went straight in, and I didn't have to do any adjustments on it at all. So that was a bonus, a real big bonus. The other thing I've been doing is modifying this. Now over there I had an old three-way point, and I could not get one of the tracks to work. It kept shorting, and in the end I thought, you know what, I'm getting fed up with this. So I replaced it with a ordinary point. So this track here, which came with the main line, it came in and joined on the three-way point. So I've taken that part of the track up, added buffer, and it's just now a little head shunt really for any locos like that 060 diesel there. I can just rest that there. Now it matters none, because obviously this track, all the way from all these here, all those tracks there, they all merge into here. So it's still just a case of taking it round there and then joining onto the main line. And that's what I did originally. Making this track meet here was an afterthought, and it never really did work properly. So I think I must have had a fault on the three-way point, because it just kept shorting. It was on the middle track, this one. I put isolation joiners on, I wired it, I did all sorts of things, but it was always the middle which was shorting out. I could not get it to work. So anyway, I thought, right, I'll give that up. Apart from buying a new three-way point, which I wasn't going to do, I thought, well, I've had that system before and it worked fine. I never ever used that part of the track to go into the main line. Never. So, okay, it's a little bit more ballasting to do, but that's no problem. I can do that. So I think that takes care of really all this part here. So again, just got to level that edge up, and then that should all be okay. A few other finicky touches I've got to do. I've got to mend that gate there, that's got broken in the process. But yeah, apart from that. So next thing, the Peckett. Now I saw this, and I saw a couple of reviews on YouTube, and I was so impressed with it, with what people were saying. I thought, I don't actually need it, but it looks such a pretty loco, and it got such good reviews as regards running. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to get it. I didn't buy it from Hornby, I actually bought it off of Amazon, believe it or not, and they had some really good prices on there. So I got that, and it was delivered the next day. It's got a 6-pin decoder in it, which I also got from Amazon. So yeah, it runs sweet. Really nice. Probably one of the best Hornby locos to come out recently, in my opinion. It's incredibly detailed. So much going on there, and it's really nicely produced. There's not a single fault on it, nothing broken. Excellent, absolutely excellent. And then behind it, I'm just shoved on my first 3D printed project, which is it's modelled from a Bachmann mineral wagon. I took all the dimensions from it and drew it up in CAD and printed it out on the 3D printer. I mounted it on an existing Bachmann chassis for now, I haven't drawn the chassis up yet. Another job to do. So I've just mounted it on the old chassis I've got there from Bachmann, and yeah, it goes okay. Just unhook that a minute. Get it in the light. As you can see, I've had coal in it but wasn't happy, so I took that out and I shall redo it again. I mean, it is an old chassis, it's got a buffer missing off there, but it was just a test really. A test for me to see if I could first of all draw it up in 3D, and also a test for the printer. And I must say I'm so impressed with this printer. It's a resin printer rather than the filament type, and it gives such a lot of detail. Now if I try and zoom, I don't know if this will come up. No, it's not going to affect. Oh yeah, there you go. So that gives you the kind of detail, and I'm not getting those horrible lines which you see on filament type 3D printers. And I literally just splodged a bit of rust on it just to give it a little bit of weathering. But you know, it was a test piece. It wasn't really meant to be something to have on the layout as such, but it's not too bad. Right, okay, so that's the wagon and the peck. Detail inside that, let me take that off again. Sorry about this. I don't know if I can do it. Perhaps the light's not good enough in here, but the inside of that is incredibly detailed. You can perhaps just see some of it there. And for the price, it was amazing. And it is so strong on pulling. I'll put it, let's take the zoom off. Where that class 37 is, I'll put it on there just to see if it would haul that row of wagons. And you know, it was absolutely no problem. No wheel slipping, nothing. It just did it. But the thing is, that is so heavy. That's nearly all die cast, apart from die cast metal, apart from the cab, which is plastic, but everything else is metal. And that's really weighty. And that obviously helps the traction. So, yeah, chuffed to bits with that. And although I'm running modern image stuff now, then it doesn't matter, because I've still got my heritage steam area, Lakeside Heritage Depot, so that will fit in nicely. But then that, obviously, I still want to keep my steam. And it'll be just treated as part of the heritage site. So, if we, let's see, okay, bear with me, I'll just see if I can get the costly to go onto the turntable. I haven't rehearsed this, so it might not work. Right, let's just check the points. Yeah, that's all okay. Right, what I will do, I will reverse the crusty up and back up this line as it's pointing in this direction anyway, and then I'll reverse it and I'll take it into this track here, which is the shed for the crusty, as it's the longer of the two. I won't be able to take it into the shed because this is not lined up yet, but I can take it onto this part. Right, so let's try it. It's obviously going to go the wrong way, always does, but I can tell because of the lamps on the front. So let's try it. It's actually moving. Let's put some sound on, might as well. Fingers crossed, and it should go on the turntable. I'll be honest, I've not actually tried this on the turntable yet, so this should be fun. Right, so if we want to take it round to this track, we just need to go to here. The lovely thing about this ADM turntable, I love the way it starts off slow, and when it gets to its destination it will start slowing down just before the destination or the track, and then stop precisely at the track. So the first thing I'm going to do is to repair this railing. I've got some new railings, but I might be able to repair that, and hopefully it should start slowing down now. There we go. So it's lined up precisely with that number 4 track. So if I reverse, that's as far as I can take it. So it works. Chuffed to bits. Considering I didn't have to do anything at all. And that's about a couple of years storage. There you go. So that's really pleased me. That gives me, you know, I was expecting to spend a good day on that, and it took me about half an hour to get it from the alcove onto there, mount it, check it, well, wire it, then check it. It took me about half an hour. I was allowing for a full day, and that really reminds me of what this video was about, because I kept saying, right, I'll stop there and do another video. Oh no, I won't. I will just finish that bit off first, or then I'll do a video. Oh no, I've just got that job to do. No, I'll do a video. And it kept, and I thought, you know what, if I don't stop and make a video, I'm not going to get this video done. So there are still many things which I wanted to do before I got this video up, but I just ran out of time. Okay, so now let's concentrate on the underground. Bear with me. Let's try and move these out of the way so you can see. If I go over there, you can see the 3rd and 4th rails now in position. So that goes from there, just a fraction underneath the bridge, right the way through to there, again just a fraction underneath the bridge, and that will do for me. I'm not going to bother going all the way around. It's just for, well, to say that it's an underground, but basically I have put up signage. If I zoom in, to there. You can see that it says Kingsway, which is the name of the high street here, named after Kingsway Motors. So it's Kingsway Motors, which was named after the high street, which was Kingsway. So it was only right and proper that the station should be called Kingsway, not Lakeside. Lakeside is the name of the layout, not the station. So the building, this is a Bachmann Art Deco building, platform building, and it came in 3 sections. Oh, sorry about that. Zoom out a bit. It came in 3 sections, so you've got one here, another centre section, and another section here. And of course, Bachmann Scenecraft, their buildings are normally made out of like a, I don't know really, it's not a resin, it's more like a, I don't know, it's not a clay, it's the most particular substance. It's very soft but very brittle, and of course they didn't line up. So I thought, well, how am I going to get around this? If you laid them separately, the roof sections had terrible joins in them. So I thought, well, what I do, I will glue it together, have the surface of the roof flat, and then I will leave the bottom section that's better, you can see it now, to level itself as best it could. And what I can do now is take up any light bleed by putting that black tack underneath. That will hold it into position a bit. It's only temporary, isn't it? It's not firmly fixed now with black tack. Plus, being black, then you won't see it because of the black sole plate of the building. So that's going to be the best option for me to do, and it saves sanding down the base flat, creating a huge mess from all the dust. So that's the intention there, and that's my next job. So I've added lighting, which I think looks nice. So a warm white, almost virgin yellow, but it's a warm white, and I think that sits in nicely with the signal box and of course the main building. So from there, that shot there, that really does show the Art Deco style. So I'm pleased with that. So all we need to do now is see that underground running. Now I've not fitted sound to it yet, I've not fitted the people in it yet, that will come later. So if I come over here, switch that on. I'm going to let that trundle round. And while that's going round, we can wait for it to come through that archway there. And that underground stop runs really nicely. I haven't had any issues with it. Several people, not several, but a few people have had issues with the running of it, but this one seems to be okay. I haven't really had to do anything to it. I've cleaned the wheels on it because that got quite dirty very quickly for some reason. probably because I was working over there. It was an absolute nightmare trying to get in to do that. It was so fiddly with that retaining wall. Let's go. That went round quicker than what I anticipated, to be honest. So pleased with that. Just adds another dimension to Lakeside, I think. So there we have it. I'll just bring her around and stop her at the platform. Just waiting for my coaches to come from Akira Scale for those two lovely ladies. Got 2 packs coming, one for each, which I think are due in about June time. I think they're going to be delivered at the moment anyway. So there you go. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody does at the moment with this crisis going on now with Putin. If China gets dragged in, then who knows what's going to happen to stuff coming in from China. So whether these coaches will arrive in June time, I haven't got a clue. But we can only hope and pray that this all ends peacefully. That's about it, I think, for now. So there's been quite a lot going on, primarily over here, getting the turntable installed, changing that point, printing my 3D wagon, which has just come off the track by the looks of it. That's probably my clumsy hands. And obviously that's what the time taker was, doing the 3rd and 4th rails. Probably took me about a week, but that's not a week in full length. It's just like a couple of hours a day, doing a bit here, a bit there. But what a nightmare that was. I was glad when I finished that. I'd watched several videos of people doing it, and it all looked perfectly straightforward, you know, but they were doing it on track like this, where it's all nice and open and you can get your drill and drill your holes, pop them in, and yeah, it's all very straightforward. You try doing that when you've got that retaining wall right up against you. Not a nice job. But it's done, so I haven't got to do that anymore. Yeah, I think that's about it. So I will shut this down and get the video up, and please make any comments you so wish, as long as they're polite. I did have a couple last week which weren't quite so polite, as per normal. So okay folks, I'll see you hopefully in about a week's time for another catch up. Okay, a week or 2 weeks anyway. Okay, so bye for now, and thanks for watching. That's the important thing. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Bye.